like at break time compared to now? Is it lower, higher? Higher, right? Okay, so I just gave you, or helped you, you actually gave yourself, a completely free, completely legal drug rush. Your brain's now full of this wonderful oxytocin and endorphins, and my sister, brain science sister, you know what I'm talking about, right? And so these cool things that we can do in our everyday lives can just give us a little bit of a juice and allow us to connect in with the great things that are happening within ourselves and within each other. And did anyone have something they couldn't appreciate? Hands up, you're like, oh, I don't know.
I don't know, but I love your shoes.
Thank you. You know what? This is why I love my people. One of the things I wanted to tell you about. I didn't hear mom, young kids, or teenagers, hand up. Okay, we get each other. So it's about, I don't know, 7:30 on Saturday morning. You know that sweet spot where you're lying in bed and you're like, oh my God, I actually slept in. Check. I have not done that in a while. Second of all, I don't hear any screaming. Double check. This is going to be an awesome day. Do I feel compelled to do the laundry at this moment? No. So then I walk out of my room and I notice I've got a tweet on the screen, which you hardly ever get, so it's like coveted time. So nobody's going to take that away from her. And a teen's sleeping. I mean, he's finally sleeping through the night. 13. Woo! Yeah, sleeping through the night. My husband's already on his bike, biking somewhere, I don't know, doing something. And so I'm like, oh my God, I think I'm going to get some self-care. Well, I better sure as heck get out of the house before somebody takes that away from me, right? So I hop in my little, it's a hybrid, it's responsible self-care. So I drive over to my yoga studio. And I think, I'm going to be in that class. So I get the love squad. So I go in and I put my mat down and all my towels. I've 18 towels. I'm like, I'm not sweating, I'm going to get some, I'm going to be prepared, you know. And I'm looking around. And there's a lady behind me. She's wearing a t-shirt. It's so cool. You are weird. I like you. How did she know I was going to show up? I never make it to this class. And so I said, I love your t-shirt. Where can I get one? Isn't that always the thing that we ask, right? You just ask me while I'm up here about my boots, right? Where can I get one? And she said, well, actually, I need it. Well, I can sniff out a good story when I hear it. I said, okay, give it up. You've got 2 minutes. Tell me the story. So she said with a bit of a shy smile, well, I'm actually a grade 3 teacher, and a couple weeks after school started, one of my students came in just before the bell rang. His head was down, he kind of shuffled in, and as he pulled up his head, all I could see were pools of tears ready to escape his eyes. Teacher, why am I so weird? No way, you're weird, I'm weird too, you go first. So he told me and I told him, and then he stood up a little straighter. Do you think anyone else in our class is weird? I don't know, let's find out. So at that point the bell rang and the kids started to come in and we sang "Oh Canada" and we listened to announcements or track and all that stuff, right? When that's over, guys, would you like to know how your new teacher's weird? What do you think they said? Yes! Well, now that I've told you how I'm weird, I'm just curious. Is anyone else here weird? What do you think they said? Yeah, man, what if there is and they're in grade 3? Like, you're being weird? Sure, I'll tell you anything. Yeah, if the teacher asked me, no problem. Yeah, sure. Yeah. And they spent the next 10 minutes talking about how they were all weird. And so she said, so Sarah, I made this t-shirt up to remind us that being weird is as normal as having a nose, or brown versus blonde, or if you're in high school, blue hair, right? It's just part of us. Don't you love teachers like Rachel? I mean, yeah, like I just see people ready to clap. Rachel's not in the room. Let's just do a virtual shout out to all the teachers who are like Rachel. And so I share that story with you because for the last 15 years I've worked professionally. Whether I was doing frontline caregiving work or educating doctors and nurses in a hospital, in a senior leadership role, or now speaking and coaching and doing leadership development as part of my own business, I hear time and time again people's version of I am weird. What's not working about me? What's broken about me? As opposed to seeing all the possibilities, all the things that are working. And it stifles their greatness. all about starting with, well, what works? What have I done in my life, or what do I know has happened in my life that might actually be a window to something that might help right now? The rest of us, change can be pretty intimidating. In fact, it can be so intimidating that we start and we stop. Or sometimes it just feels so overwhelming we don't start at all. What in your life, when you're in that state of searching and wondering where your potential could go, what happens to you? What happens when we've got those healthy judgments is it allows us to move into our best version of ourselves. Greatness, as I define it, is our talents, passions, and virtues that when we leverage those, we live into our full potential. I need to stop listening to self-judgment. I need to stop listening to the judgment of other people, and I need to stop living on autopilot. So are we wanting to live into our greatness, right? Yes? Can we agree that that's what we're aiming for?